What's going on, guys? It's PJ with YuGiOh Gaming, and here we have
Logan.
Javion.
And how did you guys do today?
I got 6th place. He got 5th place. Yeah. I played Rescue Ace and he played Cash, but it's boring Cash, so he's not going to do a deck profile.
Okay.
So for the World's points, I got, what was it, 43 points, and he got 44.
I got 9.
Yeah. I was one of the only 2 Rescue Ace players in top 8.
The other one was Ryan, yeah.
Yeah. So let's go and get to the list. It's pretty similar to our deck profile. At the last case tournament, it was really good today as well. 3 Airlifter, 3 Hydrant. I'm not going to explain the cards like super in depth because I've already done 2 deck profiles, but I'll explain like what I would change. 3 Impulse, 2 Preventer, 2 Turbulence. These cards are crazy. And then the one-ofs, I don't know. Like, I drew this guy a lot, and he really sucked. This guy's not bad to draw because like ending him on your end board's pretty good because it like guarantees you follow-up. But like, this card's really bad to draw. So, but you need it for impulse. So
yeah.
Hand traps, like I said, this main deck's almost the exact same. So 3 Ash, 3 Droll. Both these cards went in. They're both really good. So I wouldn't change any of that. I honestly think the main deck's perfect, to be honest, or pretty close. 3 Fenrir, this card was still insane. A lot of games I won. I opened like people were like, oh, does this deck have a consistency issue? Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes. Like Fenrir helps with that though, because like you just summon Fenrir, back it up with like non-engine, and then like if you open like a combination of like something like this, or like a combination of one of these 2 in Impulse, you can like have a Book of Moon on your opponent's turn. So that's something that people don't think about, and it allows you to like have more interruptions when it doesn't look like you have a lot.
Okay.
6 books. These cards are crazy in this deck.
Insane.
Like this is like, I think a lot of the decks should be playing 6 books in the main deck. I think it's just like one of the best cards right now. I can see cutting Lunar Eclipse in like regular decks, but in this deck, this card's like Called by the Grave. It's just better. And like people were confused in my last deck profile. They were asking like, what if they like impermanent on summon like Turbulence or whatever.
Yeah.
But the way the Book of Moon ruling works with lingering effects, if they're flip face down, it forgets all lingering effects happens, and like leaving the field, because it's like a new card, it forgets all lingering effects. So even if they imperm your Turbulence on summon, you can Book of Moon it and it'll still resolve. So like they impermanent on summon, you activate the effect, chain book, it'll resolve. So a lot of people don't know that.
So it's kind of like the old way to get around skill drain.
Yeah, but like it's a little different.
Yeah.
It only works with like flipping face down though. It doesn't actually work with anything else that I know of. 3 Prosperity, 1 Rhoda. I didn't play Small World. I bricked a few times, and like yeah, that's gonna happen. But like the amount of times you're gonna draw Small World whenever you get drolled is just like too much. So, and like breaking boards, you need like your entire hand with this deck. So 3 Emergency, 1 Rescue, 1 Alert, 1 HQ. I used this card a lot today. So in one of my rounds, I think it was my round 8, I played against a Dragon Lake guy, and we had a 40-minute game 1, and I set 12 cards off Turbulence and eventually won. It was crazy. And then 1 Extinguish and 1 Contain.
Would you just keep this spell trap on up the same?
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Like you don't need anything else. Like you don't need to like reset the spell. Like a lot of the time going second, I sat out the field spell anyways. So let's go ahead and get to the extra deck. It's all one of, so it's not really sorted, but Apollo, Sunlight Wolf, Decode, Heat Salt. I didn't make this card again.
Really?
I made Sunlight Wolf. I didn't make him though, just because like they're just better cards to make most of the time. For the Dark Fluid package, I decided to cut the Xyz, mainly because I wanted to try out this card, which was Donner, because if you impulse on your opponent's turn, so things that were coming up were like if you impulse on your opponent's turn, right, and you have Fenrir, so like let's say you impulse, you summon out like Fire Engine, they special summon, you summon out Airlifter, so you search like a starter almost, and then you have Fenrir in your hand, right? So like what I was doing was I was drawing, starting my turn off, making Donner, clearing my zone, and I added a card out of one of their cards. I summoned Fenrir and break their board.
Okay.
So this card was really good. I made it like 3 or 4 times. It was actually crazy. So access codes, how you kill people. IP, this is part of my blind go first board because it like deals with all the decks. Like if your opponent's playing Lab, you can just make Trisbania and then like just Trisbania their back row, which is just insane. So like game 1 against like Trap Labyrinth, you just have an FTK if you go uninterrupted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. Unicorn, Trisbania, I'm still playing this. I think it's really good still. The G-Golem stuff. I didn't make this that much this weekend actually, but I made it enough for it, I think, to be worth it. Hida, the best extra card, Link Revo. This card was great, and then Phoenix. I don't think I would change anything about the extra deck, to be honest. I didn't really miss the Xyz guy for the Dark Fluid. Terahertz, it didn't really come up.
Okay.
Like, most of the time when you make that board, it's kind of like an FTK anyways, and your opponent usually plays around it because they think you're playing it, so I just decided not to play it. Didn't miss it at all. Side deck, I bumped Nibiru up to 3. This was a great decision. This card, a lot of people aren't playing around right now. It just blows them out.
Literally.
It also, like, it does the same thing with the Donner play, right? Like, you summon this, normal summon, like, Airlifter, Search, make Donner, pop, summon Fender.
Alright.
2 Bell. This should have been 3. I just decided to play 2 because I needed room. That was wrong. I should have played 3. 2 Lightning Storm, Feather Duster. Yeah, these guys aight. Like, it just beats Labyrinth and stuff. And like, you're playing a regional, so like, and if you play the mirror, these cards are really impactful in the mirror. And if you don't play those cards and you play the mirror, it's gonna be hard. You see he's Encore. I didn't use this at all. I only played 1 Pearly though.
I didn't play a single Pearly or Labyrinth.
3 D barrier, 3 Eradicator, or 2 D barrier, 3 Eradicator. I would cut this.
Like completely?
Yeah. So I think people are starting to catch on to Nibiru, and when people start catching on to Nibiru, this card's really bad.
Yeah, because that means like you're playing into Nib in order to do it. Yeah.
Right, yeah, and actually my only game loss, like the games I lost today pretty much, except one where I messed up, I lost pretty much just solely to Nib. My rounds was round 1 I played Dark World, I 2-0'd him. Round 2 I played against Hurley, I 2-0'd that guy as well. Round 3 I played against Cash, I believe. Beat that guy as well. Round 4 I played against Labyrinth, I beat him 2-1. He took a game off of me because game 1 he activated Nibiru, and that was fine. I could play around Nibiru because he Nibiru'd on the Summit of Turbulence, and I had Preventer by hand, so I would just banish the Turbulence, summon Preventer, link with the token into IP, and then effect summon out Turbulence. But he discarded a Furniture in response, so I didn't get the token. Yeah, I didn't have an extender. If I had like Fenrir or something in a hand, I would have blown him out, but I didn't have it. Then I made him the next 2 games, and then what round was that? 4, so 5 I played against, I think it was another Cash, and then round 6, is that when I played the Salad guy?
Yes.
Round 6, played against the Salad, big great guy. He won the regional.
5.
Yeah, he beat both of us.
He beat all 3 of us actually.
Yeah. I actually would have beat him, but this is like another thing with the World's Grind, right? Like we like left so early because like it was like a 5-hour drive. I was really tired, and I literally looked at my calculator. I thought it said he was at 60-50, not 70-50. And I went for game, and he's like, okay, I'm at 200, and I'm like, oh. And I could have literally just set 4 and not killed him and put him on a 2-turn clock, and he said, yeah, I would definitely won if I'd done that. So round 7, I played against another Cash, I believe.
Yeah, then round 8 you played against Dragons.
Round 8 I played against Dragons. Round 9 I played against Cash.
Yeah.
That sounds right. So yeah, that was the deck, guys.
You have any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out CM Game, shout out New Gaming, shout out Tavion, shout out PJ, shout out Gage. Shout out to everybody following us the World's Grind, Rescue Ace community. Shout out to you guys, and make sure to comment, like, subscribe. CM Games is the best.
Peace.
Peace.